Hello, guys. Good day to you all. I am Mr. Victor Eshemoge, and today we'll be going into cultural and creative arts. We'll be looking at the introduction to arts for you guys. So many of you must have heard of the meaning of, must have heard about arts, fine arts, creative arts, visual arts, and the rest of that. But what arts really is what we are looking into today. So stay tuned. As I said earlier, introduction to arts. Here is the meaning of arts. Okay, arts is said to be the expression of human imagination. Okay, the feeling, the ideas through these drawing, painting, music, drama, or design. So in art forms, this is how we express ourselves. Okay, our feelings, our imaginations, our ideas, we express them through the habit of drawing, through the habit of painting, the music, the drama, or the design. Okay, it also helps us communicate without words sometimes, actually, not all the time. It helps us communicate without words. For instance, the aspect of drawing, you don't use words to communicate. You use your drawings, your pictures, and paintings to use pictures to communicate. But music, drama, and design, okay, music and drama, we basically use our words to communicate what our feelings are like, what our ideas are. Okay, so these are the ways we communicate, the understanding of what art means. Here we'll be looking at the forms of art. So having gone through the arts is the first is performing arts. So performing arts has to do with music, dance, and drama. Music, dance, and drama. All these are under the performing arts. So now let's go to the next form of arts. So the number two form of art is the visual arts. The visual arts, where we have painting, the drawing, and the sculpture. Painting, drawing, and the sculpture. So here is the literary arts. Literary arts has to do with storytelling, poetry, and the writing. So here is the literary what we call applied arts. Applied arts, design, crafts, and fashion. Applied arts has to do with designs, crafts, and fashion. Having gone through the meaning of arts, the forms of arts, here we're looking at the importance of arts. Importance of art, what makes art so unique, what makes it so important is what we are looking at now. So the first on our list of the importance of art is art expresses creativity and emotions. Your creativity and what your emotions. This is how art becomes so important to us. Then it also helps us relax and enjoy beauty. Helps us relax and what enjoy beauty. And the third is it preserves culture and history. Preserves culture and history. Then it improves skills and imagination. Your skills and your imagination. So this is what makes art important to us because it brings about all these things either from us or talking about our culture and our history. Okay, you can use art to identify all these things in us. So over here we're looking at the basic elements of art. The basic elements of art. So these are the line of basic elements of art. We have the first the line, which is the strokes or direction. Yes, then we have the shape, which is the outline or the figures. Then we have color, which is we say the hue or pigment colors, which we use in painting. Okay, then we have texture, the surface or feel, the surface area of your drawing of your artwork or to feel it. Then we have space, okay, the area or depth. Then we have the value, which has to do with the lights, the darkness, or the shades, all those things. Those are what we call the values. Okay, so African arts is what we're looking at now. African arts. African arts. So looking at this picture here, these pictures over here, these are not basically all the African arts, but these are the few major African arts which we use most times. We talk about the dance, we have our cultural dances, we talk about the fashion, our cultural attires, our wears. We're talking about the sculpture, those things we mold, the pots, the clay pots, and the rest of that which we use in our hometowns. Then we are looking at the architecture. Okay, the architectural parts of the African arts are just the molded huts, the molded houses. Okay, then the crafts making, like the beads, the weaving of baskets, the weaving of clothing and rest of that. Then we're talking about the musical aspect of it. The musical aspects, we talk about the dialects, the musics in our own language. Okay, well, we use different musical instruments, African musical instruments, not the foreign type where we talk about the keyboards and the rest. These are the kind of African arts, the major ones. We have others too, but these are the major ones, I can tell you. So furthermore, we'll be diving into the careers in arts. Yeah, we've talked about the meaning of arts, the forms of arts, the importance of arts, the elements of arts, and also African art. But we also want to look at the careers in arts. Something like probably will ask you, what do you want to become in future? I want to become this, I want to become a that as an art student, or basically as an art student. But these careers in arts is just a line up things that are under lined up careers that are under the arts. So looking at these are the careers in arts: the artist, designer, architect, musician, dancer, actor or actresses. Then we have photographer, cartoonists, fashion designer. So some persons might be surprised. We have photography. Yes, photography in arts. It's a very wonderful career. Yes, for those people that goes into photography, some of them might be able to might have the privilege of studying it, okay, and get a certificate from it. Then the cartoonist, those people that goes into acting of that goes into the design and the drawings of animes and other cartoons like the Tom and Jerry, the Mickey Mouse, and the likes of it all. Those are what we call the cartoonists. Okay, so all these things lined up from the artist down to the fashion designer we have on this our list are mostly the careers of arts. So having done all that, we've just run through the aspects of arts, the meaning, the importance, the elements, African arts, and the likes of it. Here we're looking at some practice question. It's practice time. So now, what is art? What is art? Two, what are the forms of art? What are the forms of art? Three, mention any 10 African works of art you know. I gave you a few and I told you there are more than that. So mention anything you know. Now draw anything that makes you happy in just 2 minutes. Is that possible? 2 minutes. Well, let's see. Alright guys, we've come to the end of our lessons for today. Thank you very much for your time. We hope to see you in our next lesson. Hope you have learned a lot from this.